and welcome to episode 76 of The Weekender. It's another Friday, and I'm excited to be here. My co-host is not, but I've replaced him with two amazing people, some he even knows. To my left is Vandana, Bhalla, corporate broker for Signature Real Estate Group.
Hello, hello.
And to her left is Tyson Roberts. It's like having a mini Brandon.
A mini bigger version, right?
That's right.
A
lot more fun,
bigger
though.
version.
So it is another unique Friday. I actually just had the opportunity, for those of you, the three that tuned in, I was on Real Estate Exposed. No, I actually really enjoyed it. We had a great time, and thank you for having me on the show.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for cross-contaminating your show with us.
That's right. And so we figured what perfect way to do it than Brandon switched places on your show with this show, and I sat in, so that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Why do you do shows? Tell us what you get out of it. Why do you do these shows?
Ready for this. Honestly, it's probably one of my favorite parts of the week. It really is.
You look forward to it?
I do. I look forward to it. I think we have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We don't care. We talk about stuff that matters without being having to be careful about what we say. We talk about us and the way we feel, and I think that's important. I think a lot of people in our industry tend not to. We act a certain way. It was funny. I was interviewing an agent yesterday, and she was telling me, she's like, she worked at Nobu for years, and she's like, I was working at this company, and I had this persona that I had to be, just perfect all the time. And then I came home and I realized I'm more of an introvert than anything else. I'm like, that's weird that you say that, because this last year has made me feel like I've been an introvert because I haven't left the house. But the Real Estate Exposed has given me an opportunity, just like, to be me, get out of the house and talk about just what I want to talk about. Because really, I beat you by 5 seconds, apparently, because we were being done.
So for those of you that don't know,
Nobody knows.
Vaughn and I have strong opinions, and so we like to talk in the meetings that we're in. And so two people in our audience, because we had people in the audience, we're actually timing the time that she took, the time that I took, and you won.
I did. I won.
5 seconds, though, worth.
Yeah.
I was right on her heels.
I know,
but
I will tell you, I know, poor Shelly only got like 10 minutes of conversation.
Or like 4.
Yeah, 4.
Yeah, which is not okay, but it's okay. She was also in a state today.
Yes.
But we had, I think we had a good time. I think I was kicking your butt in the beginning with how much I was talking, and then you caught up.
But the whole point is, it's good content, and it's your opinion. I think that's so much. People want to tune in to hear opinions. I mean, that's what all the crap on TV is random opinions. Tyson, you have a show as well that you've started back up, and what is it called again?
So I do one with Mike Rasmussen, and we just talk about real estate investing, cryptocurrency, stock market, but we always try to tie it back into the real estate aspect. But I've had ones in the past where I've interviewed, local business owners and kind of went through their story, but just something about the community and kind of tying it back into real estate.
What's the name of your show now?
The Main Street Investors.
Yeah, what was your previous show? Because I really like the name of it. What was it?
It was Loyal to the Soil.
Loyal to the Soil.
Yeah.
Love it. So if they want to tune in...
I was the first person he interviewed on that show, wasn't I?
Were you really?
Second.
No.
Third.
Second? Third?
Top 3.
Top 3. Well, I think that in today's market, people keep talking about how do I get innovative, how do I get creative in a way to connect with clients and to connect with new possibilities for clients. And I think a show like yours and a show like this is a great way to do so. The only difference in this one is we kind of just, recap potpourri, if you will. I like that word.
You really do, don't you?
I do. Just things that have happened. And so, this last week has been pretty incredible for Las Vegas because we're starting to open back up like a flower.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. So are you guys going to go after the first buffet that opens?
No.
No? Why not?
My cooking's way better.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, and then she cooks for me too, so that's a no for me.
Yeah.
Well, I just heard the news that Oklahoma has completely opened back up. They got rid of any of their mask requirements in their federal buildings, but they're still telling the population that you should still wear a mask if you go out in public. It's a good idea, but they're loosening restrictions. And when Oklahoma does something, the rest of the nation follows suit.
Yep, that's exactly how our country works. But I think that's the important part. I think everybody is going to be wearing masks for a really long time. I don't think that's going to just go away.
Yep, agreed.
Even if the entire population or the entire world, when it goes out and gets vaccinations, I still think that we're going to have quite a few.
Do you remember when you'd see somebody with a mask and it was like,
you would laugh at them.
Oh my God, what's wrong with that person?
Yeah.
Now it's just you're more worried when you don't see somebody with one, even.
Yep. Mask shaming in either way is not okay.
Yeah, no.
That's going to be my new thing.
Mask shaming.
Mask shaming in either way is not okay.
Have you seen the trends that Have you seen the trends now that fashion, fashion companies are now putting the mask on the model with the whole outfit? I mean, and they coordinate. I mean, come on.
It's
Right?
kind of cool.
You think so?
I think it's cool. I match my earrings to pretty much everything I'm wearing, so why not my mask?
We went to a small event here at the company for the awards thing, and my wife went out and bought this formal mask. And I mean, like, she's had formal shoes, formal purses, formal dresses. Now she has a formal mask collection.
That's cute.
Don't you have one, Tyson?
I
With
do.
glitter on it?
Yeah, a wide variety of glitter.
That's
I
for,
do too.
That's for special time, he says.
I have them just about in every color. They're bedazzled. I've got this colorful one. I've got a black one. I've got a pink one.
How
I've
do
got
you-
a red one.
how do
I've
you
got a white
wash
one, I've
that?
got- I actually just wash
Slowly.
it with soap and water.
Doesn't the jewels bedazzle?
No, because I don't put it in the washing machine. I literally go home and I take soap and I wash it with soap and water.
And I know that's
Like
the
hand
question our
wash.
entire audience has been worried about is how she washes.
I hand wash it.
Let's move on to a real estate
Like you do
topic.
your, stuff. Okay.
Tyson, I want you to talk for a second about how things have changed. Because you've been in real estate now, what, 3 years?
So yeah, if you count Utah and Las Vegas as a whole, yeah, about 3 years.
3 years. And so we talk about in our time frame, we've had market cycles and everything. You've had a pandemic. And so that's been interesting. You're now the vice chair of the Las Vegas YPN committee for Las Vegas Realtors, and you've gotten engaged in that.
Mm-hmm.
What is your perspective difference from 3 years ago to now? I mean, what do you think of this business that you've chosen?
Well, I think like everybody who gets into the business, you're so green around the ears, you're so excited to go out and do stuff, and everything's great and wonderful, and you're going to go, and all these people are going to call you. And then the reality kind of hits that that's not really how this business works. You really have to go out there and prospect and work for it. It's probably about 3 or 4 times as hard as you actually kind of think in your mind. But I kind of gained an appreciation for this industry. I didn't understand it much coming into it. But I think my perspective is, I don't really want to say I become jaded in the industry.
It's okay, we're all doing it.
Yeah, but I think just a better understanding overall and kind of come to the realization of how to actually succeed.
I was going to say it's funny that he says that because it's the one job that you can have where you're
Yeah.
unemployed every morning that you wake up.
Yep.
You have to go out and actually make yourself employed,
Yeah.
right? It's up to you.
People always see the shiny parts of it, like,
Yeah.
oh, what a great income, and you drive a nice. That's not true on every level of it. Everyone who has that, hopefully, work their way to it.
Yep.
And what I notice about you, Tyson, is every morning, without fail, and one of the things I really applaud you for is you're here at the office. I mean, it doesn't matter what you got going on. You're here and you're starting to prospect every single morning that you show up at 8 o'clock and you're making phone calls. And so I think that's something that many people out there struggle with. How do you make yourself do it? How do you get through not just staying in bed?
So every morning I think about just shutting off the alarm and turning around. But I think a big thing for me is I've always been the person where I have to get up and leave.
Yeah.
I can't really do the home thing. I can manage a couple of things that has to get done, but the prospecting, everything. And then I think it's also, you kind of expect to see me around the office, Beta, Brandon, everybody kind of just
The
sees me.
expectations there.
So I realized I really have to treat this like a job.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't want to let anybody down.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think, my background, other jobs, school, and then playing football, I've always had that regimented structure.
Last week, school. Last week.
When he graduated.
Yeah. But I think just to answer your question, just slowly over time building up the habits because some of the beta wakes
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, just I have to come in and just kind of treating it like a 9-to-5 job. And I know the hours extend past that, but as long as I'm coming in and doing what I need to in the morning, the rest of the day takes care of itself.
So what's really cool about having both of you on is that, Vandana, you were just recognized as one of our top agents with a top team in our company. And you've been doing this for a long time and successfully.
And I finally got there.
Yeah, and finally got there. She's got an award to prove it. And I think the interesting part is when you get to your position in this business, you don't have to work as hard as you did in the beginning, but you do in other ways, right? You don't have to work as hard to establish clients or to get repeat business, which is what Tyson is working every day to do. But now you're working on better processes and better systems and better services. Tell me the relationship now after being in the business this long, and what is your day focused on?
So I spend a lot of time actually. Now I've started to do a little bit more coaching. I've got a team, and so I'm coaching my team.
Teaching others to do this too,
Teaching
huh?
others to do this and doing it the right way. I think we get as as an industry, we get a pretty bad rap,
Yeah.
right? And one of the things that is important to me is that agents that are on my team, agents that are in the company, are doing real estate the proper way. They're
Yeah.
following the rules, they're following the laws, the code of ethics.
Sure.
And so I focus a lot on that, teaching other people how to do this the right way. I mean, I started teaching classes, I do CE classes, so my focus is more building on the extra stuff,
Sure.
on everything that's, when you look at real estate, you're buying and selling, you're helping clients buy and sell. Well, I'm working on the et cetera
Yeah.
part of it. So that's what my days are usually focused on. I do have clients, obviously, right, like you said, but I have a lot of repeat business and a lot of referrals that come in. I've been blessed that way, and then also trying to figure out, well, okay, so if we're going to do this, how do I keep top of mind with my clients? Because even if I've sold the same house or sold a house to the same person 3 or 4 times, I still have to remind them that I'm still doing it.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
Yeah.
Because
I thought you were in management. I didn't think you did that anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
And also reminding people I do property management and I do, and I can help them with real
You have
estate.
many
So
hats.
I have
see.
many
And mats
hats.
to go along
Yeah.
with them, it looks like.
Yep, I do.
So one of the cool things that we provide here at Signature is we do have a pretty unique coaching program, and you are one of our great coaches, and she has the awards to prove it. And so if you want to get out more information about how to get involved in this coaching, definitely reach out to her. I think that there's no better coach that they could have to help them through the process of
Bhalla.com.
Yeah, the Bhalla. If you didn't get that from our previous show, you sure need to. But Tyson, let's go back to you for just a second, because you now have begun to leverage yourself. You're running a team, you're running your business, and now you've decided to get involved at the Board of Realtors, probably because we shoved you into it. But push, and that's how both of us got into it.
Yeah.
I think we were shoved at some point.
Yeah, somebody pulled us in.
Yeah, sure, whatever. I got shoved. I have the marks to prove it. What do you think of serving down there and taking part in all of that?
It's just kind of opened me up to a whole new world. You know what I mean? It was funny because I came
I think
in.
that's a
I'm just
Disney
like,
theme song, probably the reference point you had. Yeah.
Yeah. It's been so long for him, like a week ago.
Okay, we'll stop.
So I remember hearing about the committees, and I know Janet's watching. She probably doesn't want to hear this, but I was thinking she's all preaching to committees. I don't make any money from that. Why would I do that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But once you get involved and you see it's the betterment and the connections you get to make with other realtors and bettering the industry as a whole, I'm glad I got pushed into it. But to answer your question, I think some people just need a shove, and then they realize kind of the connection and the true value behind getting involved.
Vandana, you've been involved for a long time down there.
Too long.
But now, in your perspective, you're on many different groups and charities
I know.
that you work with, and boards and trustees. And why do you do it?
To give back. I love this industry and I want to make it better every day. I know that we've got struggles. I mean, like any place you work,
Sure, of
right?
course.
There's going to be things that are wrong. And if I could put
Except here at Signature, call us for an interview. And we'll
right. So, if I can help put a nut or a bolt in the right place to make it, to make it work a little bit better, then I feel like I've done it, like I've, done something for our industry or done something for our community that will make a difference for my children's future.
I agree. Vandana, you're on our Las Vegas Board Pack, and so we have an event that's also partnered with YPN.
Yeah.
The wine tasting that's coming, not wine tasting,
Of course,
whiskey tasting.
Whiskey tasting. Of
Yes.
course, it's got to be with
So
YPN.
that's another thing I got shoved into too, is the board pack.
The whiskey
fundraising.
tasting.
So it wasn't just
Yeah.
it wasn't just like, oh hey, I got put into the YPN, but it's like, oh, YPN, and then it's board pack, and then it's lit, and it's all good stuff, but it just kind of stacks and adds on.
Well, Janet will tell you, you go in to serve on one thing, and then it's amazing how just the cycle of events will add you to others.
Correct.
And they're all important, and they all provide great content and information, but it's easy to turn around and be like, oh my God, I can't go prospect today, I'm on a committee, and that's the way you don't want to get, but it definitely happens fast.
Yeah, I volunteered on so many committees, it's starting to get a lot. So I actually created a chart. There was a time where I was on so many committees, on so many boards. I wouldn't say no to anything. I had to literally put together an Excel document that said, no, I'm kidding you.
No,
not,
I believe
that
it.
had all of the committees that I was on and the boards that I was on, what it does for me, whether it's a financial and how that works 1 to 10, like which one's better than the other, what it does for me as an individual on a whole, and then what it does for my heart. And I had to look at all of them and say, well, you know what? This doesn't make my heart happy. I'm not on the board of directors anymore. But It was just one of those.
I find it
where
funny you had to create a spreadsheet for that, but okay.
I did because it was.
You think
it
she's
got-
analytical or what?
It got overwhelming. Well, it was actually a friend of mine that said, "This is what I did," and I was like, "Ooh, give me that!" Right? I'm
Yeah.
going to totally do it because I have a hard time saying no.
Sure.
And so my last year, and Brandon will tell you this, but last year I focused on saying no. Like that was my. If I said no, I would get points and I could congratulate myself.
Sure.
That was like a big deal for me. And I'm on stuff that makes me happy.
That's good.
And I'm really content with how much I'm giving back, where I'm, the committees that I'm on, and I know I'm making a difference.
I love it. You guys definitely have made a difference in my life. I know I'm affected
Aw.
by both of you every day, good or bad. And I definitely want to say thank you to all of you for tuning in to us. The Weekender is always an important show for me. I look forward to it every week, like you guys do. And I definitely want to thank our sponsor, Tom Shirt. And for those of you that don't understand why we bring Tom's shirt up, it's just so loud, it's hard not to. So we're thankful for our audience that are out there, and we hope that you join us next Friday for episode 77.
Is that it? That's the show?
I feel the change coming, it's closer every day. I feel the waters rising.